What's going on, everybody? It's Rod with POW Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Monday. It's May 12th. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to take a look at SPCE chart, Virgin Galactic stock. We do have a target of $3.63. We'll discuss all of that and more. I'll bring up the technicals and the price chart, what to expect in terms of that in the days, weeks, months ahead. We did call this and said a big move was incoming, and it's more than likely going to heat up in a big way. But as always, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, and you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. And I do own a small position. I've been developing a starter position. Might look to add one or two more times. We'll see how it goes. But this one's a long-term hold for me. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. Help support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And if we scroll down here to the video section and just scroll down, I said big move incoming, and this was about 2 weeks ago on SPCE, and we also just had a POW algo buy alert go off on SPCE stock as well. So everything is looking good. All signs are pointing to blast off, no pun intended. But if we take a look at X as well, you can follow us over there at Group POW, so formerly Twitter. That's the handle there. Feel free to follow us over there. Also, taking a look at the S&P 500, we've been having some wind at our back, some tailwinds with regards to SPCE stock, and that has to do with the fact that we had the China tariffs being lowered and a potential trade deal in the works. So we should find more information on that soon. But overall, the market risk-on appetite has been returning, and we had multiple bull flags here on SPY. I'll just get rid of this one here on the hourly. There was another one that formed today, but you can see here, whoops, no, that was the daily one. So there's the daily in the red, or sorry, in the yellow, and then we also had another one in the green, and you can see it was targeting 586 and 587 on SPY. We hit 581 today. So show me the chart, I'll tell you the news. And then if we zoom into the hourly, there's actually another hourly bull flag forming. So if we just zoom in here, move that out, we'll get rid of these lines here and those fib tools. So if we go here from the low to the high, that's your measured move there on the hourly time frame. And that one's saying we could see 592, and we need to hold 574 in order for that to maintain. To negate it, we would have to lose 574. But if we get back up to that 592 area, that means we'd be less than, I think, 4% away from all-time highs. Yeah, we're about 3.6% away from all-time highs. Even with the high of the day today, SPY is less than 5.5% away from all-time highs. And the current price levels, we are about just under 6% away from all-time highs. So this was a massive V-shaped recovery, and this is doing good for SPCE bulls as well, because we're seeing that, like I said, win at our back, so to speak. But I mentioned in my previous video on SPCE that we had a big move incoming, more than likely. And a lot of it had to do with the monthly time frame, but on the daily time frame, we had a daily bull flag as well. So if you're looking at the S&P 500 and you're saying, okay, we have multiple daily bull flags, right? Or sorry, multiple bull flags and one on the daily. Well, what are you going to do whenever you look at SPCE stock on the daily, or any stock really that's a stock, right? You're going to assume that if SPY, the biggest ETF tracking all the biggest companies in the world, if that's a daily bull flag, well, we're going to take what we learned there and we're going to basically assume that everything else is going to be the same. So the first thing we're going to look for on SPCE is there a daily bull flag? And that's exactly what it is. It doesn't have to be, or not all stocks will be daily bull flags just because of SPY, but the chances are greater, right? If SPY is a daily bear flag, well, then what are we going to look at SPCE stock? Well, we're going to assume we're going to look for a bear flag, the first things first, right? So this was the opposite. It was a bull flag on SPY. So we look here on SPCE, and that's exactly what it was, is a daily bull flag. So we take our measured move there from, whoops, I think I might have got that. Let me just, oh yeah, not on log scale. There we go. That threw everything off. So if we go low to the high there, and we move that out to our 0.32 fib, you can see our measured move is about 563 there on that daily time frame. So just make sure you got logarithmic still on. And we also had the daily EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, which was adding more confluence to the fact that we could see more upside from there. Like I said, we had a POW algo buy alert go off. We look at the weekly time frame. We are backtesting weekly EMA 12, but you can see here it's been very strong resistance. So if we can get 2, preferably 3 candle closes above that, then we easily be back up to around our EMA 26, which is at 471, and we have no price action resistance all the way up till 444. So there's a good chance here that this rally could continue beyond the EMA 12, and I would expect us to get back up to somewhere around that $4.5 mark pretty soon. On the monthly time frame, we're just starting the monthly bounce, so that's why I said, based on that thumbnail, that we should see a big move incoming because we haven't bounced on the monthly time frame. This was the first time in 7 months. So that just means when you're bouncing, it just means you're breaking the high of the previous candle. So if you're on the weekly time frame and you're bouncing, you're breaking the high of the previous weekly candle. If you're on the monthly time frame and you break the high of the previous monthly candle, you're bouncing on the monthly time frame, right? So if you're consolidating just means pulling back and losing the low of the previous candle. If you're on the weekly, you lose the low of the last week candle, you're consolidating. If you're on the monthly, you lose the low of the previous monthly candle, you're consolidating on the monthly, right? Break the high, you're bouncing on the monthly. So that's just the terminology there. And since we broke the high of last month, what are we doing? We're bouncing. So we look, where's our next price action resistance? Nothing until 819. And we also have the EMA 12 there at 1001. That's the next nearby resistance there in terms of exponential moving averages. So we would anticipate a very large move. And as you can see, we're just starting the monthly bounce. So it's possible that this could be a bear flag on the monthly time frame. If we just bring up our fib tool here, go from the high to the low, anything under 449 is a potential monthly bear flag. Not expecting that is the most likely scenario, but that's going to be key resistance. If we can get over that $4.50 mark, then that's going to be huge for the stock, and we could easily be back up to that $6 to $8 in a hurry, in my opinion. But we need to get above 450. If we don't get above that, we're still at risk of another leg down. So we'll want to see that happen ASAP. But we closed above the 10-week moving average. Again, we want to see 2, preferably 3 candle closes above that. We had a MACD and a stochastic bull cross as well, looking very, very good. And we have nothing nearby until the 50 weekly there at $6.02. So again, I would expect us to be up very, very quickly around that $6 mark if we can get above that $4.50 mark, because that's going to be very, very strong resistance. We're back above the 50-day moving average now. We could see a golden cross as well, like I mentioned in the previous video, over the next, call it 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. But if we get back up to around our 100-day moving average, that'd be 412, and then we'll be looking at that key resistance, like I said, at 450, and then get above that. Then we have the 200-day moving average there at 536. Get above that, and there's a lack of resistance, like I said, all the way up to about $6. So things could heat up in a big way if we get above that $4.50 mark. So, like I said, starting the monthly bounce, which is a great sign. First time in 7 months, hourly time frame. So the S&P 500 is an hourly bull flag. So what are we going to look at on the hourly time frame on SPCE as well? We're going to look for an hourly bull flag. What is it? An hourly bull flag. What confirmed? Hourly bull flag. So we'll see if SPY can confirm that hourly bull flag of its own and continue that momentum higher. But as you can see, our new hourly bull flag target is 348. We hit 332, and we're looking for that continuation. And then again, our daily bull flag target of around $3.63. You can give or take a few cents, right? It's just a measured move, so sometimes we overshoot, undershoot, but on average, give or take a few cents, we should be seeing 350 to 360 here in the not too distant future. But like I said, this is a pretty small position for me. I'm not, it's not like I'm expecting things to change drastically next week or today or yesterday, right? It's going to take some time. This is probably a multi-year hold for me. I mean, anything's possible. We'll see how high bulls can go in a very short period of time. I think it's going to be, at least a few months before we really start to see any kind of short squeeze. I'd gladly be wrong, but there is a lot of short interest in the stock. So we'll see what happens. But personally, this was a zero or hero trade for me. I'm not, risking the bank, my whole life savings or anything like that. But I'm also not here for taco gains, right? This is a smaller position, and I'm going to be looking to hold that for a lot longer based on my percentage of capital allocation towards the trade. So it's a very long-term trade for me, and I think the reward is well worth the risk. Risk is very, very low in my opinion. All right, going to it there. It's Rod with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll catch you again on the next video.